Tonight, find out what students are saying about the final presidential debate.
Plus, students take a stand by taking a pledge against violence. Stay tuned, Troy. TrojanVision Nightly News starts now.
From the high-definition digital production center on the Troy campus, with news from Troy University locations around the world, this is Troy TrojanVision Nightly News.
Hello and welcome to Troy TrojanVision Nightly News for October 22nd, 2012. I'm Judson Garner.
And I am Bailey Majors. Thank you for joining us this evening. It's not that often that Democrats and Republicans can get together towards a common goal, but tonight the two groups are getting together for the opportunity to disagree. Troy College Democrats and College Republicans are joining forces to hold a big debate in the Trojan Center ballrooms. The two groups will face off in a debate to bring issues in this year's election to light, leading up to tonight's presidential debate.
All right, well, tonight the College Republicans and College Democrats will be coming together for a debate before the final debate tonight between Governor Mitt Romney and President Barack Obama. They'll cover issues such as foreign policy, domestic issues, jobs, the economy, healthcare, and just really see the difference between the two parties.
The debate will be tonight at 7 in the Trojan Center ballrooms. There will be a presidential debate watch party following the college version.
And for any students who want to participate in the election, they can get a voter registration form in the SGA office. Troy Student Government Association is encouraging all students to be registered to vote. Students will have the convenience of being able to register on campus at the SGA office. SGA President Will Thompson says that it's important for students to be prepared for their election in their hometown of Troy.
They have until October 26th to register in time for the November 6th general election. So if they want to stop by any time between now and then and get signed up to vote, whether they want to register as a first-time voter or if they want to switch their voter registration over to Troy for convenience purposes, that's perfectly fine. We can accommodate both of those needs here in the SGA office.
Students will be able to register to vote Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. in the SGA office located in the Trojan Center, room 215.
October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and today Troy University students had the chance to show that they are against domestic violence. Troy University Psychology Honor Society Psi Chi Psi Lambda held These Hands Won't Hurt this afternoon in the Trojan Center. Students signed hands cut out of paper as a pledge that they would not commit acts of violence in a relationship. Organizers hope such an act will spread awareness of the issue to other students.
The reason we have this Domestic Violence Awareness Month in October, as well as just wearing bracelets around and wearing purple, is just to raise awareness that it affects everybody. I mean, even if you're not actually a part of that relationship, you probably know somebody who is, whether or not they're physically telling you.
Psi Chi Psi Lambda will continue with These Hands Won't Hurt through Thursday in the Trojan Center lobby. The group will hold a domestic violence vigil Thursday at 6 p.m. on the roundabout on the College Hill side of Hawkins Hall.
All this week, Chi Omega Sorority is raising money and awareness for their philanthropy Make-A-Wish Foundation. The members of the organization are selling tickets on the quad from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. for their events Karaoke Craze and the Mud Run as a way to raise money for Make-A-Wish. One Chi Omega member said that it's important to be able to help others and give back to the community.
Make-A-Wish goes to children who are terminally ill up until the age of 18, and there are some kids that are actually in college who are 18 that are fighting like these different terminally illness type of things. So it's really important to be able to support people that are our own age and see in their own shoes like what it's like.
Karaoke Craze will be tomorrow night from 7 p.m. on the Chi Omega Sorority lawn. Tickets are $5. The Mud Run will be this Saturday at 10 a.m. on the Trojan Golf Course. Tickets are $15.
And now taking a look at news from around the state. In Montgomery, Alabama's physician governor told a national conference that medical professions who help patients abuse prescription drugs should lose their license. Governor Robert Bentley is a co-chairman of a new program of the National Governors Association that is searching for ways to stop prescription drug abuse. And in Dothan, a Clay-Hatchie man was shot in the leg during a robbery. Dale County Sheriff's Captain Marlos Walker said a 20-year-old man was robbed by two men outside his residence. The Dothan Eagle reports that the victim was shot during the robbery. Police said the victim was treated and released from a local hospital. And in Huntsville, mothers and midwives are asking Alabama officials to legalize at-home births when they are attended by certified midwives. The Alabama Birth Coalition held a march in Huntsville to raise awareness about the issue this weekend.
And still to come on TrojanVision Nightly News, poll numbers show the presidential race being neck and neck, making this debate a must-win for both candidates. We will have more on that and next.
Plus, the Trojan football team finally picked up a home win on Saturday. Daniel Percival will have details on that. More ahead in sports.
The Trojans defeated the Golden Panthers by a single point. A field goal and an extra point were the deciding factors in a Troy victory on this day. I'll show you how coming up next in sports.
When you're finished with your food or beverage cartons, toss it in the recycling bin. Because every carton is recyclable and can be turned into useful paper products. Put your carton in the bin with your other recyclables and let them start a new life. When the contents are gone, let the carton live on. Recycle your cartons.
It's not over. Japan still needs our help. This is not yesterday's news. It's happening now. This is Japan now. Let's help.
From the high-definition digital production studios of Troy University, you're watching the award-winning TrojanVision Nightly News.
And now for a look at what's happening across the nation and around the world, we'll go to Judson Garner at the Global News Desk. Judson.
Thanks, Bailey. With the race to the White House tighter than ever, voters get one final chance tonight to see President Obama and Republican challenger Mitt Romney side by side. Randall Pinkston has a preview from Florida.
President Obama and Mitt Romney take the stage in Florida tonight to debate foreign policy. Romney is expected to sharply criticize the president's response to the attack in Benghazi, Libya, that killed 4 Americans.
It's the governor's greatest opportunity. He can show that there is a weakness in Obama foreign policy, and he can exploit that.
The two candidates will also tackle questions on China, Iran's nuclear ambitions, and ending the war in Afghanistan. Campaign watchers usually give the advantage to the sitting president when debating international issues. President Obama's supporters say he has a strong record, including the successful takedown of Osama bin Laden.
I expect the president to be especially forceful since the topic of this debate is foreign policy.
Tonight's debate is crucial to both candidates. Polls show a tightening race and that all of this season's debates are swaying voters. In the critical battleground state of Ohio, a new CBS News Quinnipiac University poll shows the president up 5 points, 50 to 45. But Romney has cut the president's lead in half since September. When Ohio voters were asked who was a strong leader, more chose Romney. But when asked if the candidates care about their needs and problems, the president had the advantage. Tonight, both candidates get one final chance to make their case to voters in a face-to-face debate. Randall Pinkston, CBS News, Boca Raton, Florida.
The International Cycling Union dealt Lance Armstrong a career-ending blow today, deciding to take away his titles. Tina Kraus reports from London.
The International Cycling Union says Tour de France champion Lance Armstrong has no place in cycling.
UCI will ban Lance Armstrong from cycling, and UCI will strip him of his 7 Tour de France titles.
The decision backs up a ruling from the U.S. anti-doping agency, which accuses Armstrong of being involved in the most sophisticated and successful doping cover-up the sport has ever seen. Investigators say he used performance-enhancing drugs and dodged detection with blood transfusions. Armstrong denies ever doping, arguing he passed hundreds of drug tests. He joined 4,000 cyclists over the weekend for a ride to fight cancer.
People ask me a lot, how you doing? And I tell them, I say, well, I've been better, but I've also been worse.
The cancer survivor recently stepped down as chairman of his Livestrong charity, and several cycling sponsors pulled their support. The International Cycling Union thanked Armstrong's former teammates who testified against him and said it is determined to keep the sport clean.
We have come too far in the fight against doping to return to our past. Cycling has a future, and something like this must never happen again.
The organization said it would not give Armstrong's victories to the runners-up because so many of those riders had been linked to doping as well. Officials said there would simply be a hole in the record books. Tina Kraus, CBS News.
A verdict has been reached in the trial of a group of scientists in Italy who are accused of failing to warn residents about a deadly earthquake 3 years ago. Anna Matranga has the latest from Rome.
An Italian court convicted a group of scientists of manslaughter for failing to warn residents about the 2009 earthquake in the historic city of L'Aquila. The powerful quake killed 309 people, injured more than 1,500, and left 65,000 people homeless. The 7 scientists who worked on the nation's Great Risks Commission were sentenced to 6 years behind bars after the court found them guilty of downplaying the risks of a major quake and not warning residents to evacuate. L'Aquila sits on a major fault line that has frequent tremors. A cluster hit before the massive 6.3 magnitude quake rocked the city. Seismologists around the world are alarmed at the charges and argue it is impossible to predict when an earthquake will strike.
Here you have a number of scientists who are simply doing their job, being prosecuted for criminal manslaughter, and I think that scares all of us who are involved in risk communication.
The city is now mostly abandoned and many buildings will have to be demolished. Residents who sued the scientists say their ultimate goal was to get better information about future earthquakes. The convicted scientists do not have to go to jail immediately. They have time to appeal. Anna Matranga, CBS News, Rome.
And that'll wrap things up from the Global News Desk. To see more stories from across the country and around the world, such as how a mother went too far protecting her child from bullies, you can tune in to Trojan Vision Global News right after the nightly news. Now back to you, Bailey.
Thank you, Judson. And now Danielle Percival joins us for a look at sports. So Danielle, this weekend was an action-packed weekend for Trojan athletics.
That's right, Bailey. Lots to get into. It was a busy athletics day on Troy's campus on Saturday. Both teams that were in action were in very close games. We'll get into that in just a moment. Lots to get into. Let's break it down.
All right.
Until Saturday, the Trojan football team had yet to win a game at Veterans Memorial Stadium, and a loss would have been a losing home record for the Trojans, something that has never happened under head coach Larry Blakeney. But as Taylor Burke shows us, some late-game heroics kept that from occurring.
After a sluggish start to the game, which saw FIU hold a 16-point lead with 8 minutes to go in the third quarter, the Trojans rallied to score 17 unanswered points in a comeback and defeat FIU by a single point, 38-37.
Well, we just never got down on each other, so I mean, the team had confidence in me and I had confidence in them, so it was just go out there and make plays, do what we was coached to do.
We knew today that it was going to be the same thing. You know, they were going to come in and play us hard, and it feels good to get a tight win finally.
It feel good. Feel like we could turn this season around just off of this one win right here.
The goalpost in today's game was the difference between one team losing and one team picking up a much-needed victory. Following a 62-yard FIU defensive touchdown, the Golden Panthers would miss the extra point. But no big deal, right? FIU still held a 16-point lead, but the missed extra point would end up costing FIU the victory. After scoring 2 touchdowns late, Troy was now down by 2 points with 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. It was Trojan football at their own 41-yard line. Led by backup quarterback Deion Anthony, the Trojans marched down to the FIU 25-yard line. Kicker Will Scott came in with 11 seconds left in the game to kick through the game-winning 42-yard field goal just over the crossbar to cap off the Trojan comeback.
The kick was not textbook, but it was into the wind, a pretty good wind, and he hit it solidly.
Kendall's been doing a great job snapping for me all year. I had all the confidence in him in the world, and Jock has the best hands on the team, I think. You know, I always have faith in him, and I just knew I had to get it off. I had to give it a chance, and it wasn't a pretty kick, but luckily it went through.
Man, I just squeezed him pretty hard. I love a guy, man. He just came in the clutch when we needed him. I almost didn't want to let go, honestly. Couldn't believe it.
Taylor Burke, Troy, Trojan Vision Sports.
Now the Trojans will return to the road where they are undefeated so far this season. Troy will travel to Boca Raton to take on Florida Atlantic on Saturday. And just prior to the football game on Saturday, the Trojan volleyball team was in action in Sartain Hall, and they were in a tight match as well. The team dropped a 4-set match to Louisiana Lafayette 3-1 with scores of 25-22, 21-25, 25-23, and 26-24. Troy was led by Blair Winston, who posted 16 kills. Alexandra Alexander posted a double-double with 42 assists and a career-high 24 digs. Courtney Cohen was also in double figures with 17 digs, while Allie Dowdle had 12 digs. Despite the loss, Troy still sits in second overall in the Sun Belt and second in the Sun Belt East Division. Head coach Sonny Kirkpatrick on his team's performance.
The disappointing thing is we still had chances to win the match 3-1. We had chances to win set 3 and 4 and let them slip away. So while we're still in second place and we're still in pretty good standing, we've made things a lot more difficult on us than what they really needed to be. And we really got to buckle down for our match down at South on Saturday.
But before that, the Trojans will break from conference play for their next match as they travel to Florida A&M on Tuesday. And then, as Coach Kirkpatrick said, they return to Sun Belt play on Saturday when they travel to South Alabama. The Troy soccer team used 3 second-half goals to defeat ULM 3-0 on the road on Sunday, earning a berth in the Sun Belt Soccer Championships for the 4th consecutive season. Troy got the berth thanks to its 7th shutout of the season and a second-half surge led by 2 successful penalty kicks. Troy currently sits in 7th place, but with a game still to play against South Alabama next weekend, can move up as high as 5th with a little help from other teams in the league. Troy returns to the pitch on Friday when they travel to South Alabama for both teams' regular season finale. While the Major League is still sorting out who will be the World Series champion, the Trojan baseball team was getting warmed up for their season on Sunday with an exhibition game against the Ontario Blue Jays. Trey Santos is a name you'll want to keep an eye on come next season. Santos drove in 7 runs in 5 at-bats, including a triple and a home run. Will Starling began the exhibition game on the mound and tossed 3 perfect innings and struck out 3 batters. Tyler Vaughn, Chase Mathis, and Ollie Knowles all had 2 hits and a home run in the game. The Ontario Blue Jays are a high-level summer baseball program that competes in the Premier Baseball League of Ontario. So as we were talking about, it was an action-packed weekend of sports. Some success for the football team picking up their first win, and soccer, congratulations to them picking up the victory and securing a spot into the championship. So that's very exciting for them. Best of luck as they finish up the regular season and head off to the championship.
Absolutely. It seems like Trojan Athletics had a very successful weekend, and we congratulate both teams for winning.
That's right, and best of luck to volleyball as they get on the road tomorrow. Maybe they can pick up a win too.
Absolutely.
All right, thanks a lot, Danielle.
Thanks.
And coming up on TrojanVision Nightly News, we'll take a look at, we'll talk to Troy University's new athletic director.
But first, today has been a cool day with no signs of rainfall. Should we be expecting any changes this week, Brittany?
Well, we will have clear days with potentially warmer nights. Stay tuned for your local weather next.
The path of my life, the way it took me, there was detours and things that had to be done, but I never lost the passion. I decided to continue my education and decided to do it here at Troy. But I've had a great support system with my teachers and my advisors, and I'll be forever grateful to them for that.
On campus or online, Troy offers you an extraordinary education and a culture of caring. Troy University, it's all you need to know.
My name is Deborah, and I choose Troy every day.
Some risks are obviously not worth taking.
Watch where you're going!
Some aren't as obvious, but could be just as deadly, like the risk for type 2 diabetes, especially if you're over 45 or overweight. Take the diabetes risk test. It's free and takes less than a minute. Type 2 diabetes is one risk you can't afford to take. So stop diabetes before it stops you.
From the high-definition digital production studios of Troy University, you're watching the award-winning TrojanVision Nightly News.
And now Brittany Girardi joins us for a look at weather.
So Brittany, today was very pleasant outside. You know, we didn't see any rain and temperatures were pretty cool. Should we be expecting any changes this week?
Definitely looks like it's been beautiful weather, and people really enjoyed today, and they can look forward to that for more days as they go into the work week. It'll be beautiful. We can take a look at the campus right now and see that today has just been a very nice day. The sun's been out. It's definitely warmed up from the cooler nights we've been experiencing. That's been really nice. Sunny skies, temperature at 80 degrees, dew point at 47 degrees, humidity at 31%, barometer at 30.10 and falling, and winds are coming from the east around 5 miles per hour. Today's stats, high at 81, a low of 49. No rain, sunrise at 6:48 a.m. and at sunset at 6:03 p.m. Beautiful sunny skies around the state. 79 in Mobile. Huntsville, definitely seeing these 80s right across. Huntsville and Montgomery both at 81. Birmingham at 80. Troy 80. And Dothan also sitting at 80. We can see Phoenix City a little warmer at 83, but definitely that sunshine is going around the state and really been enjoyable for everybody today in the state of Alabama. Current temperatures for the southeast, definitely things warm up. Atlanta 78. Nashville at 80. Current temperatures, the southeast, we can definitely see the warmer weather. We can see a few 60s as we go north of us, but definitely those 80s as we look closer for us. Current surface, we see a little low front out to the northwest of us, not much as we go towards us. A little of a high pressure system going on here, but for the state of Alabama, we stay pretty clear, not too much going on for us as we look at that. Temperature change for the past 24 hours. Not too much here in Alabama, 2 to 4 degrees warmer. Not too much for the state of Alabama, but if you're traveling northeast, definitely a 14-degree warm as they see warmer weather there. And into the west, we definitely see 25 degrees cooler. So if you're traveling during your work week, definitely be prepared for that. Rain forecast next 48 hours. For us, we look clear. Definitely to the northwest for us, it looks a little bit like there's some rain, and to the south of Florida, but not too much as we look at Alabama. Tuesday, same thing. Definitely looks like it's going to stay clear into the northwest of us. Wednesday, same thing. We're staying clear. That'll be really nice for us to be able to enjoy our week as we go into Thursday and Friday. Really nice work week ahead of us. Tonight's forecast, we can see those cool and clear skies. Definitely want to grab a jacket for this evening. Definitely going to be cooler as we experience through the weekend. Those 40-degree weather, it's definitely going to hit a low of 49 for this evening. Winds are going to be light and variable. No chance of that rain coming in, so that'll be quite nice. Winds east 4 miles per hour. Tomorrow's forecast, we can see that sunny and warm. We're going to warm right back up into the 80s, which will be very nice for us. High at 82, no rain. Light winds coming from the east around 7 miles per hour. So definitely experience that sun for the rest of this week. Going into our 4-day forecast, Tuesday, sunny, high at 82 with a low of 54. Wednesday, a high at 84 and a low of 58. Thursday, partly cloudy, a high at 84 and a low of 61. Friday, sunny skies and a high of 83. Definitely seeing the evenings as they warm up quite a bit, and the sun is definitely going to be coming out during the day. So Judson, we can definitely see that it's going to be beautiful weather. It's going to warm up. We're definitely going to see those 80s during the day, and even the evenings are going to be warming back up and seeing 60s by the end of the week, so we won't have to be necessarily grabbing those jackets as we go out on the evenings. It'll definitely be a week. Summer hasn't necessarily left us all just yet. Definitely perfect fall weather.
Yeah, it seems pretty consistent throughout the week with, 80, mid-80s, and then the night finally feeling like we're going to need an actual jacket because it looks pretty cold. So, yeah, just plan for that, I guess, this week.
Yeah, it'll be definitely great football weather, I guess you can say, so as we go into the weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Brittany.
Thank you.